Alright, so let's talk about proportions. And what proportions are just two ratios that equal. So let's say we had the ratios of 3/8 and 5/12. So to test to see if these are proportional, you can just cross multiply. So I'm going to do 8 times 5 is 40. 3 times 12 is 36. So these are not equal, so they do not form a proportion. So let's try another one. Let's say we have 14 over 18 and 21 over 27. So when you're looking at this, my first example I cross multiplied, which is fine, but sometimes it's easier to reduce your ratios before you cross multiply, because I really don't want to do 18 times 21 and 14 times 27 if I don't have to. So I can simplify my ratios before I cross multiply. And sometimes when I reduce them, I don't even have to cross multiply. I can just see that they're equal. So 14 over 18, I can divide both those by 2. So that would be 7 over 9. And then 21 and 27, I can divide both of those by 3. So 3 goes into 21 7 times, and 3 goes into 27 9 times. And I can see that those are equal, so that does form a proportion. Now, just to prove the cross multiplication, 9 times 7 is 63, and 9 times 7 is 63. So you can see that cross multiplying, you would get an equal answer. Alright, so let's do a couple more testing to see if the ratios form proportions. So first one in blue, I got 3/5 and 24/40. So again, these numbers aren't too bad to multiply, so I can just start with multiplication. 3 times 40 is 120. 5 times 4 is 20, and 5 times 20 is 100, so that would be 120. So those are equal, and they form a proportion. Second one in yellow, those are some big numbers. I'm going to reduce before I multiply, so I can divide both 20 and 50 by 10 to give me 2/5. I can divide 15 and 45 by 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 45 divided by 5 is 9. Now I can cross multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. 9 times 2 is 18. These do not equal, so they do not form a proportion. Alright, now we're going to solve some proportions. So we have to figure out what b is so that these two ratios are equal. So in order to do that, you're going to cross multiply like we've been doing. So I'm going to do 8 times 20. So 8 times 2 is 16 with a 0, so that would be 160 equals 12 times b would be 12b. So now I've got to divide to solve. So I need to do 160 divided by 12. So 12 goes into 16 once, subtract, I get 4, down to 0, 12 goes into 43 times, which is 36, subtract, I get a 4. You notice I got the same remainder as I did last time, so that 3 is going to start repeating. So the 3 repeating would be 1/3, so that's 13 and 1/3 for B. Alright, so let's solve another proportion. So I have m over 15 equals 50 over 120. So again, you can start with cross multiplying, or you can look at that second ratio, the 50 over 120, and reduce that before you start. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to divide both of those by 10. So I'm going to rewrite this, m over 15 equals 5 over 12. So now my numbers are a little bit easier to work with. So now I got to cross multiply. 5 times 15 is going to be 75 equals 12 times m is 12m. So now I got to divide 75 by 12. So let's work that out. 75 divided by 12. 12 will go in there 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7, so that'd be 72. Subtract, I get 3. And we'll go ahead and make this a decimal. So bring that 0 down. So 12 goes into 30 twice, which is 24. Subtract, I get 6. 12 will go into 60 5 times. So that's 6 1/4. So m equals 6 and 25 hundredths. If you wrote it as a fraction, it would be 6 1/4.